you know. What can I grow now? How do I grow big? Like Grow Big TV. Talking right here.
Hey, welcome to Grow Big TV.
Laughing out loud. But I'm still learning. You're on Grow Big TV. On Grow Big TV.
And here's Joe and Corky.
Boom! So I just got home from the bus, came on, and I'm like, let me go live for a little bit and have some exciting news. So we have an awesome guest on Garden State Gardener on next Sunday, and I'm very ecstatic that Justin Legg, we're going to talk about him a little bit, but Justin Legg is going to be my guest. You're going to be, I coached Justin, and he became a Navy SEAL. And he's been through a lot of problems. And man, I can't believe he's coming on. I'm so excited about it. And on Grow Big TV, we have Mary's Heirloom Seeds coming up this Saturday at noon, and we're going to give away seeds and gifts and stuff like that from Mary. So very ecstatic about that. Hi, welcome in Dizzy Bloom and Camp Penton Family Compound, and Dustin. Congrats on a new vehicle. Get ready to make those payments. No, congratulations. That is awesome. It's nice to have something brand new with all the gadgets and gadgets they have it now. It's pretty remarkable. You can live in there. Damn, we just couldn't wait and get in the car just to drive and clean, make sure everything's clean and and just be yourself, right? All the gadgets, I guess, kids, they're just everything wants to be by hand. Something has to be happening, and instead of them interacting with somebody, they're interacting with technology. Okay, so welcome in. There's 5 people here. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. If anybody's live, I'm sorry. It's the only time I have a chance to go live. Amanda, welcome in. Amanda, welcome in. So I'm Garden State Gardener on Sunday at 5:15. This is Justin Legg. So Justin is a retired Navy SEAL officer. He graduated from U.S. Naval Academy in 2000 with a BS in Systems Engineering. And let me get these glasses because that's important. He was a member of the Basic Underwater Demolition SEAL Training, class 234, and became a plank owner of SEAL Team 7. Well, that's pretty cool. While with SEAL Team 7, he deployed to the Middle East twice and participated in combat operations in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. After returning from Iraq, he transferred to Special Boat Team 22 in Mississippi, where he served as a task unit commander and team training officer. And earlier 2006, Justin was diagnosed with a severe form of leukemia. And we'll go more into that. Welcome in, ER. So you were talking about a guy who, one of the best athletes I have ever known. Justin is just an amazing person, inside and out. So caring, giving, smart. I mean, he has it all. But then he came with a severe form of leukemia, and sometimes you see leukemia, you could battle that and stuff like that, or he had this. What he had to deal with in his journey, and he's living right now, which is absolutely amazing because you're going to hear everything he went through. But over the next 10 years, Justin endured over 75 treatments, guys, 75 treatments of chemotherapy, radiation, bone marrow stem transplant, immune disorder, respiratory failure, and a double lung transplant. And welcome in Lulu's Treasure Trove. So one of the things with Justin is when he got operated on, he didn't want any anesthesia. Imagine having no anesthesia. He wanted to go as long as he could because sooner or later he had to go through some kind of anesthesia. You just can't deal with it. He endured the welcome in, Kimmy, and it's the Marshmallow Man. Boom. He stayed up through all his surgeries. And I have no idea. You have to have such superior pain tolerance to. You still can't even go through it. And so we're going to talk about everything he went through Navy training to all his health ailments and to where he is now. Double lung transplant. Imagine that, guys. Imagine all the pills you got to take. Whew. While he was going through his medical adventures, LCDR Leg fought to stay in active duty, performing various duties at the Naval Special Warfare Group 2 and 4, SEAL Team 2, and rehabilitated himself well to become Operation SEAL Platoon Commander at SEAL Team 8 for a short while in between transplants. Imagine that. And that's just unbelievable. Here you have people that go through things, and he's going through naval training and just being in that atmosphere. Justin medically retired from the Navy in 2012. Justin became the first and still the only double lung transplantee in the world to climb Denali in Alaska. So here he is with the double lung transplant, and he's climbing Denali in Alaska. I mean, boom. Welcome in, Gail. So good to see you. So imagine that. I can't even imagine that. Justin completed his master's degree in international relations from Johns Hopkins School of Advanced International Studies in Washington, D.C., and presently works for a renewable energy consultant for the Navy's Resilient Energy Program. So, so this is who we're interviewing on this week on Sunday Fun Day at 5:15. And Huga Homestead, welcome in, CB. So, 1 second. My Lulu's treasure trip. My oldest son is a disabled vet going through a lot of things right now. Things will trigger in me, so I'll turn down the volume and leave it playing. Sorry if I missed the chat. Love you bunches. And take care, Lulu's. Hugs to you. So it is. I can't even imagine just the pain tolerance that he had to go through every little step of the way. It hits me home because to play sports when I was in school and with my neck and injuries, I just had such a love and a passion for something. You just want to do it. And Justin he wanted to become a Navy SEAL when he was very young. And, it's hard to leave something when you love it. And for example, for me coaching, I love coaching. And for me to give that up, it took a lot. And sometimes you just got to step away from stuff you love to figure out something else that you need to do in your life. Okay, so we're going to go to YouTube quick. And let's play a video of Justin. Okay, hold on. Let me see what I got play. I didn't really have a chance. I came down here, I put this up and said, okay, let's go live. Okay. Knife sharpening laser skills. A tribute to Jared McKinley Carter. Combat wounded. Okay, this sounds pretty cool. 1 second, that was 8 years ago. Start of a new journey. It's funny because Justin doesn't look anything like that when he was younger. He looked more like up here. Let's play that. This is before. Okay, let's play this. Let's see what comes up.
Well, this next story, he went from being able to run a marathon on a whim to being diagnosed with leukemia. Justin Legg's life has been turned upside down, and despite the struggle, he continues to fight not only for himself, but for a very special 19-year-old named James McKinley Carter. Hear his inspirational story in this morning's I Am Hampton Roads.
April Ross, of course, for Misty and...
My name's Justin Legg. Originally from New Jersey. I was a SEAL for almost the past 12 years. I came out to Hampton Roads April of 2007. I was a SEAL at the time, and about a year before that, I'd been diagnosed with leukemia. I knew something was wrong in the weeks before. I was having a lot of pain in my bones, and my workouts were just getting harder and harder for me to finish the same workout. My wife and I went in first, and we sat down. My wife said, "Why does it say something about leukemia on the computer?" I was like, "That's cancer. Don't worry about it. I don't have cancer." And the doctor sat down and said, "You have cancer." Just like that, just deadpanned it. My first thought was, can I still be a SEAL? I didn't even think about, the possibility that it could kill me or anything else. And she said, "No, you can't be a SEAL." And I asked her if she had treated any other SEALs before. And she said, "No." I said, "Oh, well, okay. Well, watch this. I'll get through it." What I had acquired from the bone marrow transplant was called graft versus host disease. So your donor's bone marrow can attack you, attack anything in your body. So it attacked my skin, my eyes, my mouth, my whole digestive tract, my liver, my lungs, just about everything. That's when we knew my lungs were in really bad shape, and it was only a few weeks later when the pulmonologist said you have about 3 or 4 months left if you don't get new lungs. Within 11 months of my transplant, I was the first double lung transplantee to climb Denali in North America. Denali's Mount McKinley. And I had no idea who he was, and it turns out his middle name was McKinley. So, pretty awkward coincidence that it just the man whose lungs saved my life happened to be had the same middle name as the mountain I was climbing 11 months later. It makes me think every day about everything that's gone into it. Just everybody that's been around me, especially just my wife, having been with me the entire time to take care of me. There's so many people and so many things involved that if any one of those were out of the place, I might not have been here. I'm doing a rock and roll half marathon with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's team in training. If I can do it this year and raise $50,000, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society will let me name a research project. And so I want to name it after the man who donated his lungs to me. So his name is Jared McKinley Carter. Like I said, he was 19 years old when he died. If you were to donate $10, you become part of a huge team that shows, Jared's family how important he was to the world. That he matters, that he can go on, his memory can live on to help so many other people. But really, through him giving his lungs to me, and me turning back to try and get everybody else's attention, we can really generate a lot of, hope and solace for his family. And I just think that's possibly, the most humane thing to do when people are hurting, is to comfort them in any way you can. My name is Justin Legg, retired Navy SEAL, survivor of leukemia, bone marrow transplant, and double lung transplant. And I am Hampton Roads.
And so far, if you go to his website, Justin has managed to raise a little over $9,000 toward his $50,000 goal. We're going to have a link on our website in this story, and you can also follow him on Twitter if you want to donate to such a great cause.
Yeah,
Amazing success story.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be an amazing interview this week. When I was going through life, and Justin had to be there. So he was, 7 years younger, 8 years younger. My brother actually coached him in wrestling. And this is pretty funny. Once I was in the Canadian Proud Get Outdoors. So it's good to see you, buddy. So good to see you. Thank you. You're going to laugh at this. Hardneck Farms, welcome in. And somebody else just came on in. Listen, this is going to be an amazing story. You guys are going to laugh at this. Okay. So around 9 years old, this is when The Jerky Boys wasn't out yet, but you know how you have your friends, you make prank phone calls. Hey, how you doing? You know, prank phone calls, right? Well, Justin's father is a police officer, and was a police officer. He's retired. Well, anyway, I'm going through these phone numbers 732 blah 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 blah. And you know what? I still know the number today. I can't believe I still know this number. And the girl answers, and I'm talking to her, saying some stupid stuff. I don't know what I even said. And she goes, "Hey Joe, how you doing? What's going on?" And I was like, I just hung up. And I'm like, how does she know me? Well, you got call waiting and stuff like that. They have stuff when somebody calls the phone. So she saw who I was on a phone, and here I'm doing a prank call. I go, no more of that. And I'm like, her father's a police officer? Oh no. I still can't believe. No more prank calls. Prank calls was in there. That was my last one. I still can't believe it. And it just happened to be her that I was prank calling. I just went boop, 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 with the phone. Actually, no, it wasn't boop, boop, boop. It was the twisty thing. You know, you got to twist with the phone. Man, that was funny. So, yeah, I pretty much have known Justin his whole entire life. And just quite the inspiration. And just watch me. And I always said that as a coach. And welcome in, Happy Mac. Because when I was going through my struggles, I was told since I was little, I'll never go to college, go to trade school. I'll never be anything in my life. I'll never be an athlete. I was always told these things. I go, watch me. And then when I had injuries and all this, Kathleen Moran, welcome in. When I had all these injuries, especially my neck injury, they said, you'll never play a sport. I go, watch me. And I always excel to whatever I did. Watch me. And so when I hear Justin say, going through every single battle he had, watch me. Seeing my son and just seeing him, he didn't have to say, watch me. My son just goes right through everything. And it's all in your head. It's all so much will and love and passion. And so this interview, it probably bring me a tear or two because, I mean, this guy is, it's somebody I know that's been through hell and still watch me. And I can imagine double lung transplant to climb that mountain. I mean, it's not, when does it come in your mind and say, stop? Maybe I shouldn't do this. Does it ever cross? Well, I guess we'll have to ask Justin that. So please spread that around for Sunday Fun Day at 5:15. I'd like to have a great audience for Justin. And we're going to have some great interviews. I like inspirational stories. Nobody shares inspirational stories. I'm going to start sharing them. Some people I know on Garden State Gardener for our little interviews. And for those that just came on, and Mary's Heirloom Seeds for Saturday at noon. And we're going to give away Mary seeds. Or whatever's Mary's giving out, I have no idea. But I plant seeds and a whole bunch of other stuff. So please come to Saturdays live at noon. And hope you guys can win some stuff there. Yeah, Gail, if you guys just type in Justin Legg, let me see if something else pops up. Just give me a second, guys. I want to play with something. Okay, hold on. Because I don't know what you can see in my background. Whoop. Okay, one more time. I'll get it here. Let's see if we can play another clip or something. SEAL Combat Vet Cancer Society. That was 7 years ago. Let's see if we can find something here quick.
But
Well, he had worked so hard to
yeah,
get
no shit.
there
That's
to
what I'm
come
saying.
back, and he's in.
Well, maybe. Anybody got the crap? You got the hardware. You got. We'll get into that. In a second,
Let's get there in a second for sure. All right, Justin. I told you a little bit about, but our listeners are here because they want to understand guys like us. They want to understand great people who have clawed and gnawed and climbed their way out of the abyss to get back into the fight with the never quit mindset. So we're going to go straight there as we do with all our guests. Man, please tell our listeners what your greatest never quit story ever was.
So I think the greatest is there's two of them that ran in parallel for like the last 10 years of my life. So one has been with my health, and that's just, it all started with leukemia, and it's just been a chain of events ever since the leukemia started. So I got this leukemia when I was 28, and the teams thought I was super healthy. That's about the time that I felt I was invincible.
Right now, I don't remember what sparked. What were you feeling sick, or did you just go in for? How did we find that out? Anyways, I don't remember.
So I just felt like I was starting to get like I couldn't PT as hard. Right. And one day it got to the point where I couldn't finish a run. And I was having pain in my bones and everything like that. But I was at the boat team. I was a training officer. I was teaching guys how to fight there. And I figured, guys were just getting good shots in on me here and there. And it wouldn't go away. And then it started to spread. Like my whole chest was hurting, my shoulder blades, my hips. By the time it got down to my hips, I was on a 5-mile run one day. And, 5 miles is kind of like, that would have been what I just did for, well, I don't have time to do anything else. I'm just going to go burn out a quick 5 miles.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. And around mile 3, my legs ground to a halt. And it wasn't like, wow, this hurts, I want to stop running and I'll just walk for a little bit. It was, I could not run. Like somebody threw the parachute and like a bag of cement out the back, the back of the tailgate, and I'm dragging it. And just walking was hard.
Wow.
It's like, wow, something's really, really wrong. Doc had been doing some tests to try to figure out why my bones were hurting so much. And he just goes back to like this basic blood test, and everything in my blood is just jacked up. Platelets are way down. Red blood cells are way down. In fact, the only thing that was normal was my white blood cells, and that's where the cancer was. So I think they sent me up to Bethesda the very next day. We get up there. Doctor thought I was going to be brought in on a gurney. I walked in after I rented a car at the airport. She thought, no way, this guy's got cancer when she sees me walking in. But they take a blood test a couple minutes later, come back in the room, tells me, like, you got deadpanned. You got cancer.
Wow.
You have leukemia. I'm like, awesome.
Did you really say that, dude? Did you really say awesome?
No, I did not. Actually, the very first words out of my mouth were, can I still be a SEAL?
Wow.
So, she said no. And then next thing I asked was, have you ever treated any SEALs before? She said, no.
Oh, that's it.
I said, okay, that's.
Stand
Watch
by.
Watch this. I love it, man.
So just to get the long and short of it, went through 5 big week-long treatments of chemo. So it was like, a total of about 53 treatments of chemo.
Okay, guys. We'll have to learn a lot more about Justin during the interview. Welcome in, Muhammad G. Gear. So good to see you. Cheese. And Canadian Proud Get Outdoors is going to go. So good to see you. Thank you for popping on in. We're also going to have some other great interviews. I'm hoping to have some athlete that got paralyzed on my channel and what he's been going through, and somebody that had 10 kids that is actually she looks like a fitness model after having 10 kids. Things like that, things that everyday life, magical stories from the Garden State. Okay, so gardening wise, let me see. If you guys have you started your seed potatoes out yet? I just got these from Walmart. These are just a 5 count of seed potatoes. I'm going to show you guys. There's my spuds. Well, can't see the roots from there. Little roots, little babies. Whoop, there. There's one right there. So I'm going to show you a journey how to get those started. Not today, but in the actual video. So these are the 2 I got. Now, I have grown these in the past. This is the one thing I grow from Walmart that actually does very well for me. So I want to be, let me see. So these are, let me see what kind they are. I haven't even, these are Red Norlands. And other kind I got is Sunset Burbank. So there's 5 of them in each bag. That's what these look like. Don't buy strawberries there. Don't buy asparagus or any of those things. Don't buy even blueberry bushes. Go to Arsenic Elements there. Good to see you, Arsenic Element. Go to a nursery if you're going to buy blueberry bushes, for example. So much, you get so much of better quality for $10 more, and it's so much bigger. It's a huge, huge difference. So I highly recommend that. Also, let me see. I'm not really shopping for anything this year when I go shopping. So, if you get markers, this is very important. These are garden markers. Garden markers. And you get them. See, weather resistant garden marker. Survival garden seeds. So survival, go to garden survival seeds. Weather resistant garden markers. That is what you want for outside. So this is what they say in the back. Two weather resistant garden markers, oil based, that's what's key here. Permanent markers for outdoor gardens. Waterproof, fade resistant, oil based, black ink, sun resistant. Survivalgardenseeds.com. So I like Built on a Rock Homestead. So good to see you. So since I do a lot of marking outside, this is something you should really get. If you get a permanent markers, those will gradually fade out over time. So if you use permanent markers, just make sure you get the really good ones. And you might have to write it twice. I still have writing on mine outside. So it still works, but it does fade out. It does look a little dirtier. If you are looking for starting your seeds, I like using this. I like using the Jiffy Garden set. So these are pretty good. I enjoyed using these. They have worked really well for me. It's more or less peat moss in here. And what I cover with is pretty much a peat moss base soil mix. So I don't want aphids. I don't want anything in my house. So I used a little bit of earthworm castings too. So I got to be careful with that. In the back of here, you can mark all your stuff down, what you have. So you know exactly what you're growing. So just take that out. Write it. You can write something here, a number, and just put what you want in here. Also, what I have done in the past is I get on this side. This is what I'll do all the time. On this whole side here, I have some tape that goes on the outside, and I write down exactly one row. So I'll go 1 through 6. 1 through 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll write on the side here 1 through 6 and what variety is. Paul Robeson, 7 to 13, and so on and so on, or 7 through 12, and so on down the chain. I'll take you through a video for that. That works out really, really well. you make sure you document, especially if you're doing your spring vegetables, your brassicas, because a lot of them look the same. Your cabbage and things like that, your Brussels sprouts, or just go to nursery. You don't have to do it at all. No, but I highly recommend you starting from the seed. Starting from seed, you know what variety you're growing. So that's pretty good stuff. I want to take you through my linking page because I like showing you guys through that all my lives, see what pops up. Let me get, whoa, I didn't want that to happen. Everything scrolls so fast. Oh, somebody sent me a message. I wonder if that's going to be an interview. Let me see. First, this is biochar. What is it put here? It's frustrating to be light years ahead of a society still bumbling around over basics, wasting time, burning through money, pretending to seek solutions while deliberately avoiding them. Let me see. What is he trying? Oh. Well, again, doesn't really say much there. And I have no idea what's going on in there either. I see parts biochar. Yeah, let me see. Well, we interviewed Katrina. Look at that soil. Beautiful soil. The compost is not all equal. It's brilliant to see the research being published. It's true. All compost is not created equal. This is pretty cool. Look, vertical farming, guys. Now, the one thing I don't like about vertical farming is it doesn't do anything for your microbiome, or a lot less. You should be growing from the ground. That helps your microbiome. If you grow vertical, you're growing a lot of food. But look at that. That's pretty awesome. Look at that basil, guys. That basil is pretty amazing. Look at this. Is pretty cool. Vertical farming at its best. Well, I'll make sure I got to follow that. You got limited space. You always want to grow vertical anyway. Good stuff. What's Tim say here? Artificial manures, synthetic fertilizers lead inevitably into artificial nutrition. Yes, that's exactly what's happening to all our food. Artificial food, artificial animals, and finally artificial men and women. You couldn't say this more perfect. Wow, that's pretty cool. An agricultural testament, 1943. We know this from 1943. Gotta like that. That's pretty cool. Let me repost this page. Wow, that's pretty fascinating. Matt Powers, power of soil microscopy. So, this is what I wanted to tell you guys. So there's 3 days here with Matt Powers. It's free. 3/12, 3/19, 3/24. Live giveaways, a whole bunch of stuff, live books, so much stuff in the live here in a free webinar series on these 3 dates. So go sign up. Go to Matt Powers or send him go to Twitter. He's on all kinds of social media. Go check out his live shows here. 3/12, 3/19, 3/24. How to garden. It's good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Billy's great. Love Billy. Billy shares a lot of my stuff. Billy Van Kuren. Ooh, what's this? That's the way to plant. Whoop. I'll make sure I follow Muhammad there. I like how he has the drip line. And I don't know why it's not playing, but we'll have to see that. Help Crop Solutions, follow that. It's important for farmers to have a clear picture of the cost before making a decision, but often there are hidden costs that are overlooked, especially in weed management practices. That is a fact. Cover crops, cover crops, cover crops. Grazing. Amby's cool. He's a biochar master. Now look, biochar production expert. Yep. That's how you get your biochar. Look at those bags full of biochar, guys. He's a good teacher of it too. Oh, Sarah, investigative journalist. This talks about glyphosate. There we go. You go check out that line. What is this? Man, a lot of people haven't followed here. This is what high quality biochar production looks like. Applied carbon. Look at that. That's quality. That's not just getting Urban Garden Chronicles. Welcome in. Take care, Kimmy. Thank you for popping on in. I appreciate it. So when you say, oh, biochar is not created equal, well, look at that. Know what you do if you're adding biochar to the garden. Because if you don't know how to apply it, you might take all the nutrients away from your plant and away what you need. And never apply too much. There you go. Billy showed this. Have you applied biochar? Are you interested? Share your thoughts. Take the survey. Biochar and compost is the best thing you could combine it with. Charge it. Man, every time I go to a person I wanted to save, I never save it. Just one more second, everybody. Okay, this is pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah, I'm getting sick. And chances you are literally too. A growing amount of research shows a disturbing fact. Microplastics have invaded our bodies. Yes, it has. Nobody talks about it because nobody cares. Scientists found microplastics in the human brain, blood, and wow. Drink a coffee. Okay, so check this out, guys. Ready? Let me see if this...
Ions like fluoride, chloride, sulfate, and nitrate. Cups aren't just paper. There's actually a plastic lining that you can't see. And when hot liquids are placed in the cup, the lining actually starts to deteriorate. This releases ions like fluoride, chloride, sulfate, and nitrate, and a bunch of other things right into your drink. They identified the microplastic particles leaching into the liquid, which is approximately 25,000 micron-sized particles in just 15 minutes. So using a reusable cup for your coffee is not only better for the environment, it's actually better for you too. Paper cups aren't just paper. There's actually a plastic lining that you can't see. And when hot liquids are placed in the cup, the lining actually starts to deteriorate. This releases ions like fluoride, chloride, sulfate, and nitrate, and a bunch of other things right into your drink. They identified the microplastic particles leaching into the liquid, which is approximately 25,000 micron-sized particles in just 15 minutes. So using a reusable cup for your coffee is not only better for the environment, it's actually better for you too. Paper cups.
Oh, that was pretty interesting. So the chemistry is everywhere, inside your cells, keeping you alive. So that's how that works. Cool. Also, if in the store, regenerative agriculture on packages are starting to go on packages, guys. If you have a chance and you see something that you says regenerative agriculture, that's what you want to buy. Welcome in, Budget Preppers. That is exactly what you want to buy because that will help your microbiome with fighting disease and helping prevent all kind of health situations. Okay. What's this? Locked nutrients are useless. Soil biology is the key. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Jagdish. Okay, enough of that. Boom. So I hope you guys like today's live. I know they're a little short, but I want to at least come on. I wanted to come on every other day in each live. I'm not going to be able to do that. I got so much work to do here instead of the show, which is so important to get outside, get in my garden, getting everything started. This is the only hours I have in a day and do anything. So Let me see. Wait a second. Hey, Joe, what is your last frost date up there? Actually, it's not until like Mother's Day. It's like around May 15th. Bushcraft family, what's up? So, yeah. So we got all the way until May. So I haven't even started my tomatoes or my peppers. I'm not growing our hottest peppers this year. I'm growing more or less than habanero. So, but I'm growing a lot of like jalapeno types. So I'm not too worried about time, but I know I got to get those started this week. Of course, your lettuces and stuff. Looks like we're fine now. We're going to be in the low 30s as lows and the mid 60s as highs in the next couple weeks. So I feel we've been frozen all winter. So tomatoes, I don't start until April. So I'm good. I can start my tomatoes right now too. Once I get the peppers done, I'll start my tomatoes. That's how I usually go. And I got to start I start my eggplant too the same time I start my peppers. Zucchini, they'd come up really fast. So I'll show you guys the variations of what I'm doing. But I want to grow around 300 tomato plants this year. So I'm excited about that. I'm actually going through my bucket list, how to garden. So here's like tomato varieties here. And I'm getting overloaded because I have another bucket behind me. And I have all these here I'm going through to see what I'm actually growing. But I got to get everything cleaned out. And I still got to get my taxes done. 1 second, let me see. I got to lower another one here. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff I still got to go through around here to keep organized. But I want to grow as many varieties of tomatoes as I can this year because I want to start my own seed company. And I got to find locations where I'm going to do that too, as other people's houses, brother's house, sister, just keep on going down the line. Hey, you mind if I grow a couple tomato plants here? So, got to do what I could do. Okay, so that's it for today's live, everyone. Thank you for stopping on in. Please like and share this out. I appreciate it. It's funny. The more you go on YouTube, the more you forget to hit the like page. I noticed that when I go on live. I'm like, oh, I can't believe I forgot. It used to be the first thing I used to do all the time. So I'll be on Grow Big TV probably Wednesday or Thursday. And Saturday on Grow Big TV with Corky and I. Corky will be back. We have Mary's Heirloom Seeds. And also check out the interview with the Purple Tomato guy. We didn't go too hard into things on Grow Big TV with the purple tomatoes and GMOs. Just general knowledge about the man and sell tomato and that kind of stuff like that. But it was very good. I thought it was an excellent interview on Grow Big TV. Tammy stepped in for Corky, and I hope you guys learned a lot with that. I thought it was an awesome interview. And we're going to have him on very soon. But Mary's Heirloom Seeds will have seed giveaways, whatever she's going to give away. And very excited to have Mary. And Garden State Gardener Sunday at 5:15, right before the Vineyard Chicks. And go make sure you guys check out the Vineyard Chicks. We got Justin Legg. Ecstatic. And you guys, I really hope you guys check out this interview. Navy SEAL and everything we discussed before. So, happy gardening, everyone. Everyone take care. Love you guys. Thank you guys for all your support. Everybody have a great day. Take care.